Yes, and welcome to the Gadfly group. This is your host, Patrick Duff, and we're still dealing at the Delran debacle over there in Delran, New Jersey. We got some emails yesterday, and wow. Generally, I can say that I would be, I'm blown away by what I found here. It's a treasure trove of information. Holy schmoly. I think they're throwing this young kid under the bus. And the reason why I say that is because I requested everybody's emails. All council. I requested the mayor's emails. I requested, anybody that had anything to do with his emails. Actually, except for Solicitor Sal, who I'm going to request his emails today. And so why did Delran decide to put a hold on giving me the council and mayor's emails until the date of 12/3? So they're pushing it back almost another 3 weeks here. But they would give up Colin's emails, which are very incriminating. Very. I don't know. That's a good question that Colin might want to ask to the township of why the hell did I order these buses in this email, and then you drove the buses, all 10 of them, over me by releasing only my emails. Which shows that, guess what? Oh yeah. They cut the deck, baby. They did the bid split. It's in the emails. It says it right here, right now. Well, this email here is September 24th at 6:25 p.m. it looks like, from the Delran RAC. That's the Recreation Advisory Committee that we know is chaired by Colin Rafferty, the youngest elected official ever in the state of New Jersey, elected at the age of 18 to the school board. Now, he is the chair of the Recreation Committee. And this is an email that he had a little back and forth. I'll start a little bit before so we can see where this is going. So, basically, there was an invoice, or a quote that came from Starlight, which is the company that Delran ultimately went with for the stage and lighting. And that quote was given on August 31st. And that quote was for $150,000 for stage and video equipment. It was going to be a massive stage and video setup for the retirement party in a little hometown of Delran, New Jersey for Carly Lloyd. And, that quote sat there for quite a while until September 24th, when a post was put up online by a Delran resident who was questioning the costs of this event. And there was a person that in the same post went ahead and said, hey, I got word this thing's costing $150,000. Now, the mayor came out and made a statement at the council meeting on the 28th that that number was ridiculous. That, people are throwing around these numbers. They're still negotiating for the stage and for the video equipment. Which at that point was true, but the only reason it was true is because on September 24th, when the post was made, the team at the Recreation Advisory Committee scrambled to try to figure out what to do. So on the 22nd, Starlight writes to Colin Rafferty, please let us know what budget you're trying to achieve. Also, we'll have to see the new space at some point, as we're not familiar with it. Thank you. And the reason why he's saying this is because originally they were going to use the school, the high school, and the football field, but that was turned down. They told they were not allowed to use that, so they decided to use a field that was next to the high school there, and they used that instead. But this is basically saying, hey, let us know what budget you're trying to achieve, because remember, at this point, there's a $150,000 budget. This guy's trying to make a sale, so he's reaching out to Colin. On the 23rd, hi Colin, can you meet us at 10 a.m. on site tomorrow? Yes, that works. Remember, right now you're dealing with a $150,000 proposal. Hey Colin, thanks for meeting us today. You mentioned getting a tech rider from the band. Can you forward it to us? We need to make sure we have the band covered on their needs before we resend numbers. And this is on September 24th at 2:51 p.m. And now, in the morning of September 24th is when the post was made questioning the numbers. And basically says, hello, I reached out to the agent, waiting to hear back. That was from Colin to Starlight. And then Starlight basically goes back that, it was great meeting you today. After walking the new space and discussing your needs, we took another look and are providing the attached quote. This quote is for $61,500, by the way. We kept both video walls on the quote, and we added in a monitoring rig for the band. Now, for those who were at the council meeting or watched the council meeting, you'll remember I asked very specifically, were there any quotes that included both the video and the staging that were above $44,000, and they literally refused to answer that question. Now, this is showing right here. We kept both video walls on the quote, and we added a monitoring rig for the band with a separate console and engineer. If that's not needed, we can back out of the proposal. Back that out of the proposal. We also itemized pricing per your request. We hope you and your team are happy with this revised proposal, as we really worked hard to get the budget down while retaining all the elements for a great event that we'll be proud to put our name on. We look forward to partnering with you. Have a great weekend. Now, this is on September 24th, about 5:35 p.m. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. September 24th, 6:25 p.m., Delran, RAC wrote, and that's Colin. Hey, thank you for the quote. He says, just to make this even more interesting. Should say just to make this even more interesting, but he says, just to make this even more interesting, we are having an issue with the bidding threshold. We need to have a call immediately on this. Did you hear that? Remember, the quote is $61,500. Bidding threshold's $44,000. Now, he's got this new quote in his hand. September 24th, he got the cost down from $150K to $61,500. Right? Got a little better deal there. But you still can't force it through because you're still above that bidding threshold, and you'll have to go get bids. And there's not enough time right now. And that's why we need to have a call on this immediately, he says. Starlight says, okay, let us know if there's anything we can do to help. Colin writes back, 6:57 p.m. If we can get on a call as soon as possible, I'm available tomorrow as well. Wow, why a call? Why not just write what you have to write? Please send me your number. I can call you around 7:30 tonight. So that's when the big deal was made. That was at 6:59 p.m., September 24th. I'm just getting to the next one here. And it looks like I'm just getting to the next one. We got some stuff I got to get past. And I got to tell you, this is pretty amazing that you have all this in the emails. A lot of times, this stuff would just be redacted. You have to fight in court to see what it is. But as I said, I think that somebody over there at the Delran Township building jumped in a big bus and steered it right towards Mr. Colin Rafferty. And here's Colin sending over the Starlight proposal to Gary Catrambone on September 28th. That's the day of the meeting when Gary Catrambone said they're still working on the costs, and that, that was ridiculous, the numbers that were thrown around online. But that wasn't ridiculous, because there was a quote for $150K, and they were about to go with that until it looks like some people threw a monkey wrench in, and the pesky little things called laws stopped them from doing so. So here is, there's a company called SLM that says that please see attached notice of our withdrawal from bidding on this event. Now, what's interesting is that Solicitor Sal, or Solicitor Siciliano, listen, Solicitor Sal, I got to be honest, try to say that 3 times fast. Try to say Solicitor Siciliano 3 times fast. Impossible. You got to go with Solicitor Sal from now on. That's it. I'm naming you. But you have this company withdrawing from their bid. Says it. Carly Lloyd bidding withdraw. So if there was no bids being taken, why are they withdrawing from bidding, Sal? Let's see here. Because here comes the shot that people are going to be pretty upset about. Just wait. I'm getting to it. It's a lot of emails here I'm going through, folks. They put a bunch of junk in the middle, and then you have to find the little the little snippets. Here you go. Hi, Colin. Are there any updates on this? Now, this is September 28th at 12:36 p.m. Without any commitment from your team, we're unable to hold any equipment or reserve labor. With each day that passes, we run the risk of not having availability. Please let us know ASAP if you would like to move forward. Thank you. Now listen, this is September 28th. The event is being held on October 14th. That means they don't even have this going. They're 2 weeks before the event, basically, and they don't have their ducks in a row. They don't even have a contract signed for the stage. They have no resolutions. They have no money yet. And then here we go. This is from Delran RIC, which is Colin, to Starlight. Okay. And the township solicitor has directed me that it must be 2 separate contracts. Will that be a problem? What do you mean? I thought there was no bid splitting. If you're saying there must be 2 separate contracts, and these folks were offering 1 contract with all services included, what would you call that? Jason Danowitz writes back from Starlight, I don't think operations will allow that. As I mentioned, the contract is not for billing purposes, but just for our records only. There will be 2 separate quotes and 2 separate invoices. You see that? So they're saying, listen, basically, we can't do what you're asking, but we can cut it up into 2 separate quotes and 2 separate invoices. But, literally, at this point, they're trying to figure out how to get this done, right? How they're going to make it happen. We're September 28th, 8:21 p.m. Delran RAC writes, we can get the township solicitor on the phone to help remedy this issue. Another phone call, folks. I wonder what was said on that phone. Can I call you at 11 a.m.? Writes the Delran RAC. Sure, talk to you then. We need to get those quotes ASAP to meet the required days, writes Colin to Starlight. Now, this is September 29th. Now, remember, at this point, they already had 2 quotes from Starlight. They had one for $150,000 that included video screens and stages and all kinds of stuff. And then they had the second quote for $61,500 that included all this stuff as well. So they already had the quote, but they had to split the quote. And that's why I said we need those quotes ASAP to meet the required days. Colin, this is September 29th at 1:53 p.m. This is Starlight writing back to Colin. Colin, here is the proposal from the video supplier. Best regards. So they've broken out the video portion, even though they offered it themselves prior. And the video portion was then sent to the township on September 29th. From the Delran RAC to Starlight. We need a contract to sign from the video company and an invoice from you. Per the state, an invoicing contract is required. Then we will be good to go to meet the requirements. Meet the requirements of what? Of what? Of being under the bid threshold, as you said? Now remember, literally, this is what the email said just a couple days before. Just to make it even more interesting, we are having an issue with the bidding threshold. We need to have a call immediately on this. So another call, another issue, splitting the quotes up. Now you got 2 quotes from 2 different companies. You have Colin admitting it in these emails, asking to split quotes, asking to cut up services that were offered by one company, saying that he was told to do so by the solicitor of Delran Township. Now, if they gave these emails up, I can't imagine what's going to be in the emails of the mayor and the town council if they're trying to hold on to them so heavily. Now, if I were Colin, as I said, I'd be upset. Listen, Colin, I'm looking for an interview. I'll have you on. We could sit down. We could talk about it. I mean, it's obvious here that you were directed to split the bid. Why don't you give us your story on it? Because it doesn't look like we're going to see the emails for the mayor and the council until December 3rd. They literally held off another 3 weeks. And so the bus could be put in reverse and then in drive again. So, listen, folks, who knew this was going to get to this point? You know, really, I didn't think these emails would do this. I mean, this is as clear as day. We are having an issue with the bidding threshold. We need to have a call immediately on this. That is pretty damning. If we were in court right now, I think the defense will be looking for a plea bargain.